Sunday night prep work. How we doing, guys? Sunday night. I'm in my wife's office, if you're wondering where I'm at. And I'm going to let some folks join because, you know, on Sunday night, Coach likes to bring the truth. And goodness knows a lot of people need that in today's world, right? So if you're just joining us, let me click and make sure we're working properly and the sound is good and you can hear me. All right, as you're joining us tonight, tell me where you are in the world. Tell me what you want to talk about. I got a great subject for tonight. I like to do Sunday night prep work, Carrie Chandler, because I like on Sundays to go into a lot of deep mental creation. I spend most of the day today working on a new book proposal that I'm going to pitch to a lot of the major publishers called Screw Your Why, WHY. And it is truly my version of locating your purpose and then doing something big in the world, Amanda Beener. And I'm really excited about that book. And as I was reading the manuscript today, basically that's what we'll submit to the publishers to see if we can sign a major publishing deal, Lee Simmons. I got even more excited about it. Therefore, a little bit, I was a little hesitant to write it. Thought it could be controversial. But you know what, man, I'm over it. One of the things I'm going to talk about tonight is I'm over people being so easily offended by things. And because I'm going to talk a little bit tonight about that. People that get offended never do big things. They spend way, way too much time focusing on other people and what other people are doing, James Neese are not doing, and this they said this and it offended me, and this did this and it offended me. Really where we got to get to, folks, is we got to get out of majoring in the minors and we got to get into majoring in the majors, okay? When you are trying to do something big in your life, you've only got so much time and energy to focus on it. I went and spent time with my 85-year-old grandmother tonight, and it just reminded me that, man, you only got so much time to really go pursue your hopes and dreams and ambitions. And what you don't have time to do, Matthew Coots and Don O'Neill, is to spend a lot of time in what I call majoring in the minors. Okay? What we want to do is we want to get to the point where we major in the majors, which is setting a target, setting an ambition, and moving with a laser-like focus toward that ambition, and literally making up your mind that you don't have the time and even the bandwidth to spend a lot of time focusing on X, whatever X is. Okay, X could be the drama of somebody else. It could be the opinions of someone else. It could be the feelings of someone else. It could be living in the past, right? Like you got to make up your mind that, man, you got a long way to go, and you got a very short time to get there, and you got big hopes and big dreams, and you were put on planet Earth to do big, giant, monster things, not play small. Like I look back over my time of being a basketball coach, of literally spending 13 years of my life devoted to one thing, to doing something big. And people say, do you have any regrets over that? No, because the skills I acquired during that 13 years, really from 15 to 31, because that's when I started coaching, the skills that I acquired during that period, Lee Simmons, were all so valuable to what we're doing now, building a greatness factory, which is going to be incredible in Nashville. Coming out with new programs called Package Your Purpose. Coming up with Monster Nation that's coming in September. Like you got to make up your mind that your past is never going to hold your future hostage. You got to make up your mind that along the way as you do big things, people are going to get offended by what you do or talk about it or be negative because they ain't got nothing going on, man. Okay? If you spend a lot of time with me, you will find out that I have very little tolerance or very little time to A, live in the past, B, worry about what the hell other people are doing, or C, get caught up in what I call majoring in the minors. So, and it's because I got big things to do, and it's literally all consuming between trying to hit these big goals and helping thousands of people and building a greatness factory and trying to get Success School up and going and doing these things like literally I just don't have the time or bandwidth to deal with it, and raising 3 kids and having a wife. And so it puzzles me when so many people spend so much time really either living in the past or living through other people or being offended by something somebody said. Man, here's my personal philosophy on all this. If I don't like something that other people do, I just go, okay, it's their life, it's their opinion. I just keep on moving, man. I just keep on moving. See, I'm going to go where I feel appreciated, not tolerated. Number one, it's a core principle of mine. Number two, I got such big dreams. I got time. I ain't got any time for your drama. Save the drama for your mama. Okay, that's my fault. Save the drama for your mama. And what I have found is that when you're that's right, Lee. And when you have such big goals and they're deep intrinsic things that you want to do, what becomes a distraction more than anything, Lisa, is the word distract means to pull apart. It's like you're just pulled in different directions, and it becomes incredibly emotional. And what you got to do when you got big goals, you want to use emotion. You don't want emotion to use you. See, trying to win a championship was emotional, but I didn't let it get emotional. I used the emotion. Trying to do big things, build a greatness factory. Something comes up that didn't go the way I thought. Man, I don't let it use me. I use it. Somebody says something offensive to me or acts a fool to me. You know, I say, thank you, I owe you, man. It just can put a little bit more steam in the engine. So when you think about these things, I see so many people who say, Coach, why are you talking about this tonight? Because I'm a coach. I'm trying to win championships. I'm trying to move people from A to B in their life. And if you saw the nonsense that people participate in during the day and the time they spent, versus just getting in the game and moving towards some big goal. You got to ask yourself, man, how much time have you wasted in your life? Worried about what other people think about you? How much time in your life have you spent majoring in the minors? How much time in your life have you spent worrying about the opinions of other people? How much time in your life have you spent? See, what you got to say is, so what, now what? So what, now what? What's next? See, this is a basketball play move, Jessica. Is it didn't go the way. We teach the players and go, hey, man, so what, now what? Let's move on to the next play. The past is finite. Depression is living in the past. So when somebody does something that doesn't work with you, just say, hey, man, thank you, I owe you. Let's move on to the next play. Let's move on to the next opportunity. Let's go where we feel appreciated, not tolerated. Let's use this for steam in the engine. I wrote a lot about this in my book, Flip the Switch, which is how do I use negative emotions to produce positive results? Fear, anger, doubt, insecurity, embarrassment. How do I use these? Because the truth is, what it does is it just keeps you from moving the ball from A to B. It keeps you from moving, because I'm living in the past, and the past is finite. The past is, the future is infinite, holds unlimited possibility. So when I'm planning my weeks and something comes along that frustrates me, I use the frustration, because frustration is just misguided enthusiasm. And I go, thank you, I owe you. Matter of fact, I'm going to go double it up because you acted like that. I'm going to double it up on you. I'm going to take what I was doing with you and go double it just because you gave me some extra steam in the engine, okay? Now, I could go back in my day and give you example after example, but every person on here, Lisa, works around and with other people. And you can think about people right now who you love working with. They don't bring any drama to the equation. They solve problems. They make the noise go away for your life. They bring a tremendous value to you. And then you can think about people who whine and complain and pout and feel sorry for yourself, or get caught up in their feelings, or are highly emotional, or get offended easily. And you could clearly say, look, we don't believe the same things. All conflict happens when two people don't believe the same things. My motto is simple. Suck it up, Buttercup, and let's keep moving. Okay? Check your whining at the gate. Check you getting offended by everybody at the gate. Okay? Check it all at the gate, man, because it's a distraction. See, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters to me is having some joy in the journey and moving this ball down the field toward the goal. Everything else is a distraction. It's a low-value activity. So this month with my Monster Producers, which is my coaching program, I've been trying to teach the monsters how not to be distracted, how to stay clear on A to B. And tonight I was teaching them this course about how to get close to blue marlins, which are big fish who are doing big things. And I guarantee you, when you're around people doing big things, they do not have the time. I remember when there was some drama between two dudes that I know. I was having dinner with Tim Grover, who wrote Relentless in Winning. And there was some drama between these two big-time dudes that you guys would know. And I just mentioned it. I mentioned it, Julie Hyde, at dinner one night with Tim Grover. Tim Grover didn't give it 1 second. I could tell as soon as I brought it up, he shut it down. He's like, I ain't got time to talk about this, that man. Whatever kind of drama those two dudes have with each other is not a drama that I want in my life. So I do not care. I am moving on. And he didn't say anything. Here's what's interesting, guys. This was a good lesson because I never forgot that dinner. I felt like a complete dumbass bringing it up. Okay? Because big-time people don't tolerate it. Okay? And I was going back and watching The Last Dance, and I'm thinking, you know, it's like when Scottie Pippen had a migraine. And when he couldn't play in those games, how do you think the other players felt about him? I mean, you know, and he was such a great player, but there were times, man, he brought drama to the equation. And so I just think when you're out there in the world, and I listen every single week to just the petty problems that people deal with. There are real problems in the world. Okay, there are. There's real adversities. There's real injustices. There's real issues. There's real things we got to deal with. But many of the daily pettiness that people get caught up in is just a total waste of time, man. It's over feelings and getting offended and this and that. And I think that's the first indicator that they're not big-time people trying to do big-time things. They're casual with their potential because you just don't have time with it, okay? So tonight, what I've been talking about to guys on the Sunday night prep work is getting your mind ready to play at a super high level and getting laser-like focused on moving from A to B and not allowing yourself to get caught up in a lot of these lower level things that people do and say and you know, that really distract you. Because every second you spend, hello Mary Murphy, worried about X and what X did is a second you cannot get back, because the brain cannot do two things simultaneous at the same time. You can't have two thoughts simultaneous at the same time. So every second you spend worrying about something over here is a second you can't get back to be doing something over here. And a second matters. Okay, like I said, I spent time with my 85-year-old grandmother tonight, and all she talked about was time. Time matters, man. So I want to encourage you this week, not discourage you. There's going to be some bozo that does something to you. There's going to be some EDOT that talks about you. There's going to be somebody on social media that downplays you. There's going to be somebody that gets their feelings hurt or is offended by something. There's going to be somebody that could distract you away from your goals this week. And I'm here to encourage you to remember these sayings. So what, now what? Let's keep moving. That's in the past. I'm focused on the future. Okay? And that is the way big-time people think. Just like that night I brought up that drama between two big-time dudes, Tim Grove. He wouldn't even entertain it, man. He was like, shut that down right now. I don't even want to talk about, I don't want to waste a second of my dinner talking about that. What we're going to talk about, Coach, is how to go win championships in the future. And that is where we need to stay focused. Okay? That's where we need to stay focused. Okay? All right. We got coming down the last week of July, guys. Come on. It's crunch time. I got person of interest this week. John Lyle. I got two dudes coming in that are big-time dudes that I'm spending the day with on Tuesday and Thursday. I got Purpose to Profit on Friday. We got a lot happening. I'm going to be coming up to Philly in a few weeks, that Cherry Hill, New Jersey area. If you're up there, I got spots maybe for one more thing to do. I'm going to be up in the main area at some point. I got one more spot if you want to book it, if you want to reactivate the Pray Drive, or you just want to keep playing at a miniature level, just keep doing it, man. If you want to just keep playing small, then just keep doing it. Keep getting offended. Keep listening to your feelings. Keep complaining about the past. Keep worrying about what everybody else is doing. Keep doing it. It won't hurt my feelings at all. But you would not be somebody I'd want to work with, okay? I'm only interested in working with the real players. Okay, I've been doing this 31 years. I got zero tolerance for whining, complaining, listen to your feelings. Zero. Okay, I'm ready for the big boys and the big girls who want to help a lot of people go out and win championships and really be in that top 1%. And by the way, when I'm talking about the 1%, I'm not talking about the money earners, by the way. I'm talking about the people who are the best at what they do in the world. Firefighters, there's 1%. Timothy Nelson. Police officers, there's 1%. Singers, there's 1%. Coaches, there's 1%. Not just the money earners, man. The people who have a desire to take it all away. That's who I am personally interested in working with. Okay? The two guys that are coming in this week invested great money to spend a day with me because they know I can get them to the freaking next level. Everybody else can save it for the circus. Okay? Everybody else can go to somebody else, but not me. Okay? So let's have a great week. Love you. Everybody needs a coach. Let's make it a great week, everybody. Let's play at the highest levels. I love you. I believe in you.